He looked like a young man, but in reality he was already 104 years old. The reason he hadn't aged was because he and his family had drunk from the fountain of youth under the tree. To keep this secret, they had to live deep in the forest. Everything changed when a woman appeared. Jane was the daughter of a wealthy family in town. She longed for the outside world, but her father always controlled her life. One day, while the servants were taking their afternoon break, Jane escaped the mansion and ran into the forest. There, she accidentally discovered a man drinking from the fountain. Jack wanted her to leave immediately. He didn't want the secret of the fountain to be exposed. As Jane was leaving, Jack's older brother stopped her. He decided to take her back to their parents for a decision. Her parents were shocked by the appearance of this stranger, but to keep the secret safe, they decided that Jane would live in the forest for a while. Over time, Jane became part of the small forest community. She often played with Jack, chasing each other through the rice fields. The waterfall was their swimming pool, and the fallen trees served as their seats. Unlike the restrictive life at home, here, everything was full of joy. Jane gradually became captivated by Jack's handsomeness, and Jack was drawn to Jane's beauty. Eventually, they confessed their love for each other. Jack revealed the secret of the fountain of youth to Jane. He told her that he was already 104 years old and that after drinking from the fountain, he would live forever, never aging, and his wounds would heal on their own. But with immortality came eternal loneliness. Jane was both shocked and heartbroken for Jack. Meanwhile, their conversation was overheard by a mysterious person from outside the forest. The mysterious man came to Jack's house and threatened to reveal the location of the fountain. It turned out that he had been investigating Jack's family for 30 years, noticing that they had moved several times and yet never aged a day. When Jack's father refused to speak, the mysterious man pulled out a gun and held Jane hostage, shooting Jack in the heart. Jack fell, but moments later, he stood up, fully healed. Jack's mother then knocked the mysterious man to the ground with a wooden stick, but he stopped breathing immediately after. Jack's father told his two sons to leave the house quickly. Soon after, Jack's parents were sentenced to death by hanging for the murder. Late one night, Jack found Jane and told her that if his parents died, the secret of the fountain would be lost. He needed her help to save them. Jane ran to the police station and told them she was being followed. When the police went outside, they saw two unfamiliar men. After a failed warning, the police fired several shots at them. The men fell, but after a moment, they got back up. Terrified, the police ran away. Jane successfully rescued Jack's parents, but the family could no longer live there. Jack and Jane were forced to part ways.
Drink from it. When it's safe, I'll come back for you.
Will you?
I will love you until the day I die.
Later, Jane often went to the large tree to touch the fountain because it was the place where she and Jack had first met. That tree had witnessed their love. Years later, Jack returned to the small town. He still looked like a young man, and once again he stood before the large tree. The fountain was now covered by a tombstone, Jane's tombstone. It turned out that Jane had never drunk from the fountain. She had spent her life guarding the secret,